It was Christmas Eve in the quiet suburbs of Oak Park, Illinois. The kind of night where twinkling lights hid the fractures in families like mine. I stood in the doorway of my mother's colonial home, snowflakes melting on my coat, a carefully wrapped gift in hand, a vintage bourbon for my stepfather. Something to bridge the ever-widening gap. But before I could even step fully inside, my half-brother, Marcus, glanced up from the table, his mouth curling into that familiar, cutting smirk. "Hey, Elena. Your spot's out back with the mutts tonight." The room erupted in laughter, sharp, unfiltered, like knives disguised as holiday cheer. My mother, Carla, pressed a hand to her lips, but her eyes sparkled with cruel amusement. My stepfather, Victor, just chuckled and nodded, as if it were the most natural punchline in the world. Even the guests, Marcus's fiancée Sophia and her polished parents, joined in with hesitant giggles that quickly turned genuine. In that moment, the air grew thick, suffocating, and I felt the final thread of belonging snap. I wasn't their daughter, their sister. I was the outsider, the joke they'd tolerated for too long. But as the laughter echoed, something inside me shifted from hurt to a cold, simmering resolve. I turned and left without a word, the door clicking shut behind me like the end of an era. That night, driving back to my apartment in downtown Chicago, the city lights blurring through unshed tears, I knew it was time to stop begging for scraps and start claiming what was mine. My name is Elena Torres. At 34, I'm a project director at a mid-sized tech firm in the Loop, overseeing software implementations that keep corporations humming. Born the eldest in what was once a fractured home, I learned early that love came with conditions. My biological father vanished when I was 10, leaving behind a trail of unpaid bills and a mother who remarried Victor Lang, a mid-level accountant with a son from his first marriage. Soon after, they had Marcus, their miracle boy, the one who unified them in ways I never could. I was 13 when Marcus arrived, all chubby cheeks and endless cries. "Elena, hold your brother while we rest," became my daily mantra. I didn't resent it at first. I cradled him through colic nights, sang lullabies when he fussed, convinced that this tiny bundle made us a real family. But as he grew, so did the divide. Marcus's Little League games drew crowds, parents cheering from the bleachers, post-game pizzas at home. My debate club victories? Sorry. Han. Victor's got overtime tonight. You get it, right? I got it. All right. It was the quiet erosion of my place, the way my achievements faded into background noise while Marcus's every milestone lit up the room. High school graduation came and went with a card from them, $50 inside, and a note saying, "Proud of you, kiddo. Now Marcus needs cleats for soccer camp." I pushed forward, earning a scholarship to DePaul University, majoring in computer science because it promised stability, control in a world that felt anything but. Nights blurred into coding sessions at the library, weekends waiting tables at a diner near campus. By 25, I landed my first real job at TechForge Solutions, debugging systems for Fortune 500 clients. Promotions followed, team lead at 28, director by 32. I built firewalls not just in code, but around my heart. Yet family dinners still pulled me back, like a glitch I couldn't patch. Project management, my mother would sniff during one Thanksgiving, slicing turkey with practiced disdain. It's not real engineering, Elena. Marcus is innovating. His drone startup is changing surveillance tech. Marcus, who'd flunked out of community college to chase his vision, beamed as Victor slapped his back. Real innovators disrupt markets, not just maintain them. I bit my tongue, the wine turning bitter in my mouth. It wasn't just the belittling, it was the theft. disguised as family bonds. The first crack came in summer 2019. Marcus's drone prototype needed $40,000 for patents and prototypes. He'd already drained Victor's savings. The call from Carlo was predictable. We're family. Elena. This is how we support each other. They showed up at my modest condo unannounced, Marcus with his glossy pitch deck. Victor nursing a coffee I'd brewed. Just $20,000 from you, Carla pleaded, her eyes wide with that manipulative vulnerability I'd seen since childhood. It's an investment in our future. I hesitated, thinking of the emergency fund I'd scraped together for my own dreams, a certification course. Maybe a down payment on something bigger. You don't have kids or a husband tying you down, Victor added, his tone laced with judgment. At 31. I was single, still scarred from a breakup with Alex, a kind-hearted software engineer who'd proposed until he spent one Easter with my family. I can't handle the drama, he'd said. Packing for San Francisco. The toxicity had seeped in, eroding us like acid. But guilt won out. I wired the money. Marcus promising repayment with interest in 9 months. 9 months stretched to 2 years. At Easter 2021, when I gently asked, Carla waved it off. That was a gift. Sweetie. Blood helps blood. The word blood stung. Marcus was theirs. Fully, I was the remnant. Worse followed in fall 2022. An alert from my credit monitoring app, a $120,000 line of credit opened in my name, tied to their mortgage refinance. Forged signatures. All too familiar. Confronting them over coffee at their house. Carla shrugged. Marcus needed it for investor demos. We knew you'd understand, your credit's spotless. And you're not using it. Rage boiled. But I swallowed it. Hiring a lawyer discreetly. Rebecca Klein. Sharp as a blade. Emotionless in her pinstriped suit. She gathered proof, bank records, emails, even a notary's affidavit on the forgery. Press charges, she advised. This is identity theft. I filed reports but withdrew them. Pity staying my hand. Still, the dossier grew. A weapon in waiting. Marcus texted in December, "You owe us for raising you after Dad bailed. Don't be difficult." Difficult? I'd been the easy one. The silent sufferer. That silence ended. Unbeknownst to them. My tech career had birthed a side hustle, a freelance platform for cybersecurity consulting. Started at 26 with a few gigs. It ballooned, clients from healthcare to finance, valuing my discreet fixes. I sold it in 2020 for $950,000 post-taxes, investing wisely in stocks and bonds. Now, with $700,000 liquid. Options opened. Their Oak Park home, that symbol of their perfect life, was crumbling. Victor's accounting firm tanked in the pandemic, hidden behind golf outings and leased SUVs. Multiple refinances left them vulnerable. Through Rebecca, I formed Evergreen Ventures LLC, a faceless entity. When their address hit the short sale listings in May 2023, bank desperate to offload, I struck. Cash offer, $580,000. Under market, but covering debts. They bit. Signing a lease from investors to stay put 12 months. Market rent. Buyback option. They never dug deeper. Never suspected the daughter they'd discarded held the deed. I watched from afar. Rent checks feeding my accounts. Patience my ally. Until that Christmas quip shattered the facade. In my car, engine humming, I emailed Rebecca, execute transfer. The deed flipped to my name that dawn, my silent gift. The weeks blurred, sabbatical from TechForge. Family issues. Rebecca compiled the arsenal, unpaid loans, fraud docs, texts proving manipulation. Then, an ally emerged, Sophia. Marcus's fiancée, a legal assistant at a loop firm. She'd vetted properties for their wedding registry, stumbling on the lease's origins. Her message, coffee? I know about Evergreen. We met in a Wrigleyville diner. Her latte untouched. You own their house, she stated flatly. I nodded. Why the charade? Call it mercy, I replied. She eyed me, then softened. Marcus rants about you and stressed how you raised him. Bandaged his knees. Attended his recitals when no one else did. A flicker of old affection stirred. But died. He's changed, she said. They're all poison. I've wanted out. Opportunity sparked. Their engagement gala loomed January 20th, 2024. At the upscale Lakeside Pavilion. Make it count, she whispered. Preparations consumed us. Sophia leaked layouts. Timelines, I rehearsed. Chose a crimson gown that screamed power. That night, pavilion aglow with chandeliers and winter florals. 70 guests swirling champagne. I slipped in late, envelope in hand. Marcus and Sophia center stage. Toasting love. She grabbed the mic, about truth in families. Eyes locked on mine. Elena. Join us. Murmurs rippled as I ascended. Poise masking the storm. Quick update, I said. Voice steady. On Who Owns 1428, Maple Lane. A hired tech cued the projector, lease scans. Then deed my name bold. Carla gasped. Victor purpled. Marcus stammered. Fake. Sophia interjected. I verified it. She's your landlord. Chaos bloomed, whispers. Phones recording. I emptied the envelope. $20,000 unpaid loan. Forged credit fraud. Years of being the punchline. Staring at Marcus, like plates with dogs. Silence crushed. Not revenge, I declared. Reclamation. Sophia slid off her ring. I'm out. We exited amid uproar. Victor's roars. Carla's tears. Marcus's pleas. Eviction served next day, 30 days. Certified. Sophia's mass text sealed it. Ended engagement. If you abuse family like they did Elena, stay away. Viral clips hit Instagram, dog plate drama racking millions. Marcus's startup imploded, investors fled. Partner bought him out cheap. Carla called endlessly, I blocked. Victor stormed my office, restraining order followed. Judge appalled by evidence. I upgraded, Gold Coast loft. Panoramic views. Adopted a rescue lab. Named Echo for the past's faint reminders. Quit TechForge for a VP role at a non-profit coding academy. Mentoring women from broken homes. In April, I penned a Forbes piece, Blood Doesn't Bind, Choosing Family Does. It sparked a TEDx invite. A foundation, Horizon Fund. $100,000 seed for survivors' scholarships. Sold the house to a loving couple, teacher and therapist. 2 kids. Pure warmth. Gave them a plaque, Home is Heart. Carla and Victor downsized to a drab rental in Joliet. Marcus coded remotely in Denver, humbled. Perhaps. Last Christmas. My loft brimmed with chosen kin, colleagues. Ments. Friends. Laughter genuine. Gifts thoughtful. Walking Echo by the lake later. Wind biting. Stars piercing. I reflected. The dog's table wasn't exile, it was escape. From chains of approval. From betrayal's weight. What some label vengeance. I call equilibrium, paying the price of silence with empowered truth. Grandpa's words echoed, rise above. Not even. I rose. Free at last. With manners finer than any family's facade.